raining outside. Quail Hollow. Let's check it out. Course is playing fast. 10th hole at -1. Let's roll. The U.S. Open Championship. And it says Rory at the PGA Championship. That's what it has to do with the U.S. Open Championship. It's kind of stupid. Come on, man.
Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Welcome to the home of the Wells Fargo Championship, where the likes of Rory McIlroy, Ricky Fowler, and long-hitting J.B. Holmes have all won. It was first opened for play in 1961. It has really grown through the years, and it is now played by the best in the world. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Let's jump down to the golf course.
Oh, if this is up, it's good. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Frank, Rory McIlroy had his coming out party on the PGA Tour right here at Quail Hollow. That was in 2010. You remember that final round 62?
We certainly do, Rich. That great finish to post 62. Personally, I thought that was the best round shot in 2010. And not just because it was his first win, but it showed you what he was capable of. And then obviously we've got to see that ever since.
2 inches.
That putt, he moves to 3 under. Take you down to hole number 11. Catching up now with our featured golfer of the day. Playing pretty well as we get to the middle portion of the round, Frank. How do they keep the momentum going?
Well, there's plenty of holes left, Rich. Just continually good swings. The conditions really are still very good for scoring.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, getting him another good look. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. Frank, I think the mark of a good golf course design, changing directions. We go from a right to left hole, now at the 12th, to a left to right hole.
Yeah, there's no two holes at Quail Hollow that look the same. And this one's slightly downhill, fairway tilts a little bit to the right, and it's a bit of a sleeper. And plus you add in on top of that 450 yards plus. This is a fairway that has to be hit.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky. Well, a hard hole after that tee shot has now become an easy hole.
It's the great equalizer. When you can drive the golf ball, Frank, just like that, boy, it opens up so many avenues, and he'll have plenty to choose from here. Looks good. Chance to make a birdie. On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
Well, the pride of Auburn, Alabama, the Auburn Tiger, Jason Duffner, now just 2 shots behind the lead. Now the par 3, 13th hole. Frank, this one 210 yards.
Very, very good par 3. This is actually a big green. It's 37 yards deep, but it actually plays small. There's a front right portion, there's a roll-off area in the middle, and there's a roll-off area in the back. So don't be deceived by the size of this green. You better be pitching that tee shot right bang in the middle.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Yeah.
You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. There you have it, Frank. The first round is a wrap. We saw some good golf out there.
It was certainly a fun round to watch. There's a lot of great players in this field, and this is such an exciting venue. I just can't wait to see what happens the rest of the championship.
Here we go with round 2. -5. 7th place. First hole.
Presented by EA Sports PGA Tour. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, set to call all the action here at the Wells Fargo Championship. We are at Quail Hollow, and Frank, it is really one of the best courses on tour.
It is. Great state of North Carolina, where Donna Ross developed so many great courses. They're the sort of courses that we're used to seeing, but this is a relatively new golf course. First opened up in 1961, but it certainly fits in with the North Carolina landscape. Mature trees, holes well cut out, beautiful greens, and interesting finish.
How do you like that finishing stretch? They call it the Green Mile.
Some might think it's purgatory, but I think it's the perfect touch to a great golf course.
Not sure why I'm doing this, but if it works, it works. I'll take it.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got away a little bit on that tee ball. And he's facing 100 yards here. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole from that spot.
Well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
That is a solid par putt. Frank, a nice mix of opening holes here at Quail Hollow in the Wells Fargo Championship. Pretty short par 3 here at the second.
180-yard shot will play more like 175 for the half a club downhill. There's much more green on that right side. If you're not too sure what club to hit, then you should stay away from that left side.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Played par yesterday, this one for birdie. Frank, that looked good to me. Didn't go in, Frank, but not a bad effort. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Good putt. Moving on to the third hole now. It's a par 4, 452 yards.
Big sweeping dogleg left, and the fairway actually goes in the opposite direction of the dogleg. Must hit a good tee shot for 2 reasons. One, to find the fairway, and also the length of this hole, over 450 yards.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Getting set now for the second shot here at the third. Break it down for us, Frank.
There's 3 ridges in this green, Rich, so you've got to be aware on where exactly the flag is.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
And he's made the green.
Even par currently.
That's how you maintain momentum. Make those putts for par. Now to the 4th hole here at Quail Hollow, just under 490 yards.
Yeah, they used to have the tee on the right side, which actually made that tee shot very uncomfortable. When they put the new tee box in on the left side, it's a little easier to hit that fairway because that fairway slopes from. Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power though?
Gave that the full treatment. Get up.
Whoa, that is long.
This is when the game is fun, Frank, when you get one high in the air and you have a down breeze and you just watch it. Stays in the air forever.
Yeah, the hang time on that.
That's ridiculous.
That shot does finish up on the green, but it sets up for a very difficult putt. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round.
Just read it.
Looks like he just misread that. Locked in on the read and the speed. Ooh, good effort right there. Almost made it.
Really solid stroke.
There you have it, Frank. The second round is complete. What are your thoughts?
I think anybody looking at this leaderboard, anybody in the top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly in a good position to win. Quality of the golf there in that first 10 is excellent.
Did I make the cut? I don't even know. Assuming so, huh? Oh, that was just the first round? Or was it just... I'm confused. Oh my goodness. Getting tired. This will be my last tournament. I need to take a nap. Doing good. 2 under this round. I can keep it going.
Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. What really sets Quail Hollow apart here at the Wells Fargo Championships, the brutal finishing stretch. They call it the Green Mile, and we are excited to bring you all of the tournament action. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novello. Just an ideal lie, Frank. What can he do from here?
Well, if he takes advantage of the tee shot now and goes at this flag, then he'll certainly gain on the field.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par. Oh, that was solid, Rich. This one's safely on.
He has this attempt for par.
Oh, that was unexplainable. Thought that was easily going to be a par.
Man.
Now we'll have to focus, try to make bogey. And he makes it for a bogey here.
Can't believe 8 shots, man.
Par 4 12 here at Quail Hollow, 456 yards. Frank, break it down for us.
Well, there's no fairway bunkers either side, so you feel like there's nothing to work the ball off, and consequently, it's very easy to sneak it in the rough on the left or the right, and then that makes that second shot so much more difficult going up the hill. This is one hole that you have to pick a line on. You really have to know the line off the tee. There's a nice big tree down there in the distance. That's the one you want to work it off.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Wow.
Just a lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, we always say about Quail Hollow, you have to play with a clear head. You have to be thinking your way around this golf course. So what's the right thought process on this second shot?
Keep the ball in the right section. You know, that front portion there, you can't afford to go long when the flag's there. Conversely, when the flag's in the back, you can't afford to be putting up and over that ridge. So you've got to be flying that ball all the way back there.
Dang it. Turn back on. It's so annoying. I don't know what it shows on the feed, but that's so annoying. I gotta. Yeah.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. This can be a cruel game at times. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
I thought I got a birdie son.
Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Now, the par
8 shots
3,
off the
13th hole. Frank, this one, 210 yards.
Very, very good par 3. This is actually a big green. It's 37 yards deep, but it actually plays small. Has a front right portion, there's a roll-off area in the middle, and there's a roll-off area in the back. So don't be deceived by the size of the screen. You better be pitching that tee shot right bang in the middle.
Can't hide the flag stick from that man. It's steady here over the putt. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Well, Frank, as we arrive at the par 4 14th, just 345 yards, our players no doubt are looking for a little advice from a guy who's been there. You've done it at the highest level. What's the right play here?
Rich, after all these years, I think it's like a modified tee shot. And what I'm going to say with that is like a strong 3-wood, something that pitches around 270 and kicks 30 or 40 yards, finishes up about 20 yards short of the green. I think that's the best ploy. You won't be able to get at all the flags, but I think you'll play the hole under par for the week.
When's the right time to pull out the big driver and have a go at this green?
I don't think there is, but maybe you at home should try.
I mean, that is a sight to behold. What a spectacular shot we just saw on the par 4 with a drive in one. It's a good-looking putt right here.
Yeah!
You thought it was going to be an average eagle there to vault into
Eagle
the
to
top
par
10.
4, drove the green and won.
Now at the par 5, 15th hole, 577 yards. Frank, you remember what Rory McIlroy did here in 2010, that final round, 62?
I certainly do, Rich. That was an amazing run on the second 9. And holes like this, too. He just stood up here with a driver and just obliterated it down there with a nice draw. Took those bunkers out of play and just set up a mid-iron.
Frank, earlier in the day, we were talking about how this round was pretty much off the rails. I'm shocked that he's put it back together.
Yeah, he looked early on completely out of it. I'm loving that balance. Well, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
I don't know. Have a go at it. Have a go at it are two different have a go at it. I don't think I'm gonna have a go at it, Chief.
Frank, just a beautiful day out there today, but there are some challenges.
Yeah, those tricky winds up there, you've really got to focus on exactly how strong it is and what direction, because it's very easy to make the mistake of hitting the wrong club out here. You make a mistake with the wrong club choice, even a good swing is not going to get rewarded.
Frank, with that brutal green mile looming ahead, beginning at the 16th hole, this might be the last really good opportunity to make something happen, to generate some excitement, this second shot to the 15th.
Really have to focus on what's ahead of you right now. Second shot, extremely uphill. So the higher you can hit that shot, the better off. And of course, this green too, where that ball lands, it's almost a lottery. There's so many undulations in this 15th green.
Yeah,
looks primed
birdie
right now.
Anything other than backing up. Very aggressive. That birdie now in second.
So through 54 holes, a really good position inside the top 5 with one round to go.
Yeah, and those handful of players that we're looking at, Rich, they certainly have looked the best players this week, which makes tomorrow look like a real thriller.
Mark's the final round. Oh, man, it's making me want to play another tournament. Drop to -7, I'm -5. See that early? I'm lost. It confuses me. It switches days. And when it doesn't, okay, it's creating leaderboards, okay, so. But that must have been the. But I was like, how can I only be 2 shots back? That dude must have fell off. Yeah, like -13.
EA Sports is proud to bridge. Thanks for joining us here today in Charlotte, North Carolina for the final round of the Wells Fargo Championship. Frank, what do we have out here today?
Well, if history has a chance of repeating itself, remember those great closing rounds by Rory McIlroy, that 62, that was one of the best rounds ever shot that year back in 2010. And, of course, that playoff, too. Ricky Fowler back in 2012. We actually beat out then world #1 Rory McIlroy with that stunning drive down the finishing hole and brilliant wedge to a tight flag. This golf course, it can give it, it can take it away. But for us, from where we're sitting, Rich, we'll enjoy the view today.
No doubt about it. No fairway here. This one in that rough. Second shot coming out of the rough here. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Second shot here at the par 5-10. Chance to make something happen. Early part of this back 9 and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie.
Chance for back-to-back.
Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Getting set now over the putt.
I don't know about disappointed.
In for par. Frank, on this backside at Quail Hollow, a player does have a good chance to get off to a good start with that par 5 10th and now relatively short par 4 11th, where a player with a good drive could stick a short iron in their hands.
Yeah, this is one you're going to have to make a decision. You can just play this as a straightforward dogleg left par 4 and hit a 3-wood or a long iron up there and 9-iron or something like that into the green. Or, if you want to, you can try and blast a drive around the corner. I don't know if that's the more prudent play, but it's fun.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, uphill shot, what did you like to do on a play like this?
The biggest thing really is to try and work on your balance. You've got to make sure you get through the shot and normally take an extra club. Safely on deck.
Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie.
Boom. Shaka-laka.
Thundering up the leaderboard. 10 under par for the tournament. What a birdie. Here we are now at the 12th, and Frank, this is a beautiful but dangerous hole, par 4.
It is in a number of ways. The hole bends gently to the right, which you'd think would favor a nice little fade, but the fairway just seems to shrink up. I've seen this fairway missed by so many good players. And plus its yardage, 450 odd. You can't really lay back too far, otherwise you've got too long for your second shot. Well, when he goes after it like he is here.
Looks to be putting everything into this one. Just destroyed it. Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. Boy, this is a challenging second shot here to the par 4 12th.
It's almost like two greens, Rich. That ridge that goes through the middle about the halfway point, 18 to 20 yards. Anything over that will kick on, and anything short of that runs back to the front.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. With that birdie, moves one shot closer to the lead. Here we are at the par 3, 13th hole. It's 210 yards. What does it take here, Frank?
It's one actually where you'd rather be conservative than aggressive here. And the reason why is this green tends to roll off at the back and the front and the middle there. So it's just something that pitches more in the central part of the green is really what's required.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
That was a solid strike and a good result. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Oh, yeah.
Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Well, now we come to the really interesting 345-yard par 4 14th. Frank, I'm thinking that if you're leading, you're probably not going to try to drive this and take on the risk with the water on the left. But if you're behind, you have a chance to make up some ground.
Yeah, I have it written in my yardage book, Rich, on this hole. Only good and bad things happen with the driver. Nothing in between.
So toweled off, dried off, and ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
Third shot now after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Just in the first cut of rough, not a bad lie. The only issue is he might get a jumper here. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Oh, I thought he had that. Well, you just can't make up ground if you don't make putts. Drop shot here at the 14th hole. Nudge this one home, finish it up. So a drop shot. We're now teed up at the 15th hole. It is the final par 5 here at Quail Hollow, 577 yards. And Frank, I remember this hole well. McIlroy stiffed a 5-iron on his way to making eagle, his first PGA Tour win. That came back in 2010.
And the opportunity exists again here. Under 600 yards, plays downhill off the tee. Those two bunkers on the right are perfectly situated. That second one about 310 yards to it. So something straight at that one with a little draw will set up that mid-iron or long iron that has to be hit very high and uphill.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Good swing, good shot yet again. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. So this is the third shot to the par 5.
Hit that horribly.
That's a head scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
At last, we have arrived at the start of one of the most daunting finishing stretches in all of golf. They call it the Green Mile, 16, 17, and 18 here at Quail Hollow. The 16th is a par 4, 508 yards, Frank.
And this hole was made even more difficult when they pushed that green further left to bring the water more in play with the second shot. I mean, it's a great par 4. It's strong in every single department.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Frank, how about this approach shot to the 16th, the beginning of the Green Mile?
There is no other option but the aerial attack here at 16. Front bunker means it has to be carried. The one on the right really isn't in play. But that little hollow in that left front of the green, you've got to fly the ball at least 7 or 8 yards onto this putting surface.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Birdie try again here today. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. 15 feet away. Well, that's just a poor putt, Frank, and now let's hope he doesn't make a Michael Bublé.
He's hardly going to be singing after that one.
Well, too bad. He gives one back. Frank, the 17th here at Quail Hollow is all you want.
And a bit more, actually. The only advantage the player has that plays a little bit downhill. But when you look at the lake in front of you, if there's any swirling breeze out there, it just becomes a nightmare trying to choose the right club.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Here we are, the 18th hole at Quail Hollow. Simply put, Frank, a player needs to hit maybe his best tee shot of the day.
I would agree with you, Rich. If you were to measure this hole from trees on the left to trees on the right, it's actually a really wide fairway or expansive land. But that creek that just meanders its way through the middle of this hole completely changes the nature of this hole. And consequently, you get the nail on the head. If you don't hit a good tee shot, you will rack up something here. And I've got no idea how big it'll be.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here in the final hole. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Appears to be tracking well. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round.
Yeah. Birdie, birdie.
And with that birdie, moving into the top 5 on the leaderboard.
And we're starting to notice the name.
Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
I think the course really extracted some of the golf that we saw. It forced these players to play just some great golf. And it wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, seeing the players tested at this level, it was a treat.
About 5th? 12.